Hello there and welcome to WPRI.com and my mini State of Mind. The Dan York State of Mind broadcast is back on original form for most evenings as we put programs together to try to address the issues mostly surrounding the COVID-19 virus, but not always. We're going to spread it out a little bit next week as well. Tonight's show is an important program, I think. Republican Minority Leader Blake Filippi and his peer, Mike Chippendale, a longtime state representative on the Oversight Committee on the House side, they've both been pushing to be able to get back to work and specifically take a look at oversight on nursing homes. Not to put the whammy on the nursing homes, but to investigate what the coordination has been with the administration, the Department of Health, and the nursing home industry because of the high prorated amount of fatalities that the nursing homes have experienced during this COVID-19 crisis. Look, we have a high prorated senior population, so it may make sense just on a bird's eye view, but there's no reason right now why the House of Representatives and the Senate aren't back in business, if not full throttle, a little bit hotter throttle than they have right now. This COVID-19 task force, which has been a joint thing between the Senate and the House, has no rule of law or any particular authority. It's really just kind of a body that they put together, and they've had one meeting. The Finance Committee is working a little bit, but really its chair, Marvin Abney, is doing most of the legwork here. And what it's exposed is that the legislature really has been operating with just a handful of decision makers anyway for a long period of time, and the rest of the elected body is kind of like window dressing. But now it's transparently clear that as the legislature sits on its laurels and lets the governor just run with emergency authority, that it's just not going to do anything. And the Speaker of the House has actually said that he doesn't think it's appropriate for a review of the nursing home operations in coordination with the state until after the crisis is over. Well, what is that definition? Maybe he knows something I don't know. Does he have a stock I should buy in a company that's got the vaccine to put this thing to bed? Because it seems to me we're going to be dealing with this for the better part of months, if not years. When's the appropriate time for the Oversight Committee, which has done great work, by the way, under the chairpersonship of Patricia Serpa? Things like MTM Transportation Review, DCYF, the UHIP thing. And by the way, there are a lot of nursing homes that still have not been made whole on the UHIP computer debacle, meaning they haven't got their payments straight. So I just think that it's an important show, and I think that as constituents, we've got to put a little bit of pressure, or a lot of bit of pressure, on the General Assembly to get back to doing the business of the people. And if it has to be done outside in a tent, so be it. You don't have to cram into the old state house and not social distance, but get creative and get going and get to oversight, because this emergency authority has run way too long for Governor Raimondo to have her run the state on an independent, exclusive basis. Notwithstanding the good work that she's done, but this thing does not make any sense anymore to run it the way it's been run. Anyway, phase 2 starts here on Monday, and restaurants will be open indoors for 50%. Churches this weekend are at 25%. The nursing home industry, speaking of it, is still not visitable. The hospitals are working on some kind of plan for end-of-life visitation, heartbreaking as that is, but the nursing homes are still not a place where you can visit mom or dad or spouse or grandparents, uncles, aunts, that kind of thing. I riffed on the radio program earlier today. Can we do it outside? If a nursing home has the capability and the manpower, person power, to be able to bring residents outside for a social distance visit, can we do something here? It just seems to me that there's a one fell swoop strategy that just feels just too much one fell swoopish, and the heartbreak that people feel not being able to see their loved ones, and the loneliness that loved ones are feeling not being visited. Another month to phase 3 is not a nonchalant period of time for these folks. So thinking that too. All right, you folks have a great weekend. Again, we'll see you tonight on the television and back tomorrow, rather next week. By the way, next week on the radio, I'm on furlough. So we're all sharing and the stress of this whole thing, right? But TV will be in business next week. Great to have checked in with you. Thanks so much. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Wear your mask, and enjoy the beginning of phase 2 Monday, not this weekend. See you.